Okay, so we're here at Crossroads Village in the Huckleberry Railroad, and in case you haven't seen in last year or so, we've been without a caboose, which is this one here. This is number 0776, and it just got completely restored. It has pretty much a brand new body on it, a brand new frame. It's pretty much a whole new car. Still have Christmas lights on. They got to shut these off here as they're running off the batteries now. The generator from the locomotive's gone, but it's an original side door caboose. I'm not sure on the builders. I've heard a bunch of builders' names, but anyway, it's built for the Coahuila y Zacatecas Railroad down the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico in 1886. And we're going to go do a quick thing inside of it and show you in there. So we got the Christmas music going in here, thanks to the speakers. You can't really see it, that's in a dark corner there, but you can see out the windows here. And the thing they've changed here in the caboose is they got rid of the third set of windows here on the side, and just went with the two here in the front. And this also leaves some more room for in this area for wheelchairs. Back in the day, these cabooses were known as drovers cabooses, D-R-O-V-E-R''S for drovers, because it was used on the branch lines where they had mixed trains. That's both passenger and freight on the same train, and so this would also double as the baggage car on the train. They got a couple of the original arches here for the ceiling, and the rest of them are all new. And it's all electric lighting, just like the cars. Just put them in the lantern cellars here. You got your brake gauge here and the emergency brake handle here, because this is where the conductor sits. This is his seat on the train. You can barely see it here because of that corner again. And we got the cupola area. Look around here. And it's dark over in this corner. You got the back end. You got your broom, and this is more past you're seeing in here. And that's kind of loud there, but anyhow, you get the idea. About ready to go? I'm going to talk to Steve there on the other. I'm going to get a video of Steve there on the other side, on the other car there. I'm going to get up here in the cupola first and show these people. So, usually you can ride up here in the cupola too. You just have to share with other people in the car. So I think it's you get halfway, and then he'll have you come down, and then the other people in the car get their chance up here. And here's looking towards the back. So very nicely done. You can't really tell so well because it's dark out. But we'll try and get it again this summer. As you can tell, it's all new paint smell in here. So all finished and nicely done. Thanks to Paul, Valeska, and the crew in the shop. And yeah, so they done a great job on it. Now I'm in the combine number 316, which is actually, while the caboose has been down, has become the actual office on the train here on the Huckleberry Railroad. It used to be this whole end of the car, the baggage end, was all just for wheelchairs. But there's, as you can see here, there's still plenty of spots for wheelchairs on the train. I think this is enough for about 10 in here. You got the racks on the floor to tie them down to. You got the baggage doors on the other side that you can carry your parcels in. This is actually a recreation car because it's not original. It was built in 1996, and for the specific purpose that it had wheelchairs to double the capacity of handicapped people riding the train. Originally, this end was not even supposed to have wheelchairs anyway. It was supposed to have the gas generator, and there would have been a vent area so that it could run the lights and everything on the train that needed electricity. But since that time, a law was passed that it couldn't be it would have been too loud in here, and it couldn't have been on this end anyway. So they put it in the hopper car, until they got the diesel ones that ride on the back of the tender now. And here's Steve come back in to shut everything down, and maybe he'll give us a little show.
Turn the sound off?
Yeah, go ahead and turn the sound off, and then you can tell us about your little office here. As I said before, this is where the conductor now controls all the electronics on the train.
Let me get to the end of the verse.
Okay.
Is it running? We're on the,
Now,
what we're doing is we're on Coach 316, which is not an antique. It was built right here at Crossroads Village. It's a complete replica using pre-1900 blueprints. And we made a combination car, which means there's seats and also room for baggage. Well, we did that so that we could accommodate more wheelchairs.
mm-hmm.
In recent years, we had to do work on the Caboose. So we had been using Coach 100 for an observation car. But this one seemed to be better for our needs as far as building the sound cabinet for the programs. And so we put the conductor back here with the back of 316, handicap accessible car.
And there's still, like I pointed out earlier in the video, there's still plenty of room for wheelchairs back in this area.
Wheelchairs and their families. Quite a few seats still in here.
Yeah.
So that's basically what's going on here. Built in the 1980s. And
1996, I believe, is the year they finished it, though.
Yeah, it started in 80, I think 87. But it's from the metal all the way up. It's got a wooden frame and everything. Everything is authentic.
Basically, they had to collect a whole bunch of stuff to put it all together.
It's a very authentic replica. It's not an actual coach. It's a replica. Very authentic, though. Some of the best master craftsmen in the world worked on this coach.
Now this is compared to what they had earlier, like in the late 70s, early 80s, the cars they put together. Not the authentic ones, but the like the EBT flats. They kind of built the stuff on top.
Well, the interesting thing about the EBTs, the flat cars, these broad top flat cars that we built coaches around, is that a number of railroads had coaches that were referred to not being degrading, they call them immigrant cars because they had a really low costing ticket. Because they had wooden seats, they didn't bother putting in comfortable springs and stuff, they put them on very basic trucks. And people would actually make very long journeys in those hard wooden seats. I've heard from Chicago.
Yeah, so here's the pressure gauge on the back again. So go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, and the release is right there. So that's your emergencies right. That's a broom or a rake or something. It's not an angle cock, it's just a pressure cock.
Yeah, and then there's one on the outside for the whistle too, right?
Right, that's on the Caboose.
Yep.
Sir!